Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. What is School Beyond Limitations? In this podcast, I will tell you much more about School Beyond Limitations. My name is Dr. Martina Geromin. I'm the co-founder and designer of the school model School Beyond Limitations. Are you interested in seeing your child live a fulfilled and purposeful life? Then subscribe to this channel. What is School Beyond Limitations? School Beyond Limitations is the first international holistic school. And it is holistic. What does holistic mean? It is a school that is an online school, yes, but it is a school that takes care of all the aspects of a human being. And as you all know, in the traditional system, the main focus is on academics. And at School Beyond Limitations, our main focus is on the entire human being, which means, of course, also academics. But in the first place, it is about the emotional development of a student, the well-being of a student, the spiritual embedment of the student within a bigger picture. So the student is part of a small group, of a bigger group, of society as a whole. Then there is the part of the academic, as I said before, but also the entrepreneurial learning. So we want our students to understand that basically they themselves are the creators of their lives. So that's why at the beginning I said, would you like your child to live a purposeful life, a meaningful life? That's what we are doing at School Beyond Limitations. We take our students' ideas on board. We actually take also their interests on board and their talents, and we show them what their dream is and how they can reach their goals and their dreams. And this is how we do it. We actually connect with them. We take them on a journey, on a personalized journey of learning, where we try to find out first who they are, and we help them find out themselves who they are, and then find out also what their clear goals are. And as soon as their goals are defined, we chop them down into milestones. And then we take them by their hands and go alongside their journey together with them until they reach their destination. And that ties back to what we firmly believe and what our blueprint is. Our blueprint basically says, in all we do, we believe in the power of education in order to bring out the unique essence of each single student and the uniqueness of each single student. So, as I said, it's a holistic online school. It's international. And what does that mean? We put a huge focus on multicultural sensitivity. That means students and facilitators are coming from around the world. Students are exposed to different ways of seeing things, of looking at knowledge also, of different perspectives, so that they create their own perspective, but by understanding that there is bias all over the place, that we need to step back in order to understand. But we also firmly believe that each student actually already holds within themselves knowledge. And this is the absolute knowledge we talk about, or the tacit knowledge that each student brings into the context. That's why at School Beyond Limitations, another important pillar is collaboration, experiential learning. So collaboration, what does that mean? It means that each student brings something different to the table, and they then explore, investigate, and go deeper within their areas of interest. They share that with others, and by doing so, they basically inspire their peers, but not also their peers, also their facilitators. We then show them that by sharing knowledge, they increase knowledge, and they also become a more self-confident person, and also they become a person who reaches clarity within themselves. So they know who they are and what they are here for. Because we firmly believe that from a spiritual point of view, if you want to see it from that aspect, each person is in this reality to bring something unique to society. And if each and everyone finds their why, we talk about their why, their mission, and each and everyone is also interested in sharing that with others and bringing it into life, then that means that we all as a society benefit from that. And furthermore, the student realizes that they are indeed creators of their own life, and that they can make the difference, and that they can initiate new ideas that will be further developed then together with their peers and together with their facilitators. So multicultural sensitivity, as I said before, is one of the key values of School Beyond Limitations. Another key value of School Beyond Limitations, of course, is open-mindedness. So open-mindedness and multicultural sensitivity go together. If I'm open to listen to other people, if I understand that other people have different backgrounds, and I integrate that in my understanding of reality around me, then I become a much more open person towards whatever comes along in my life, and that also creates more flexibility within myself. It allows me to explore more and to see in others, instead of seeing in others strangers, and maybe going into a new experience by being afraid. I start seeing the possibilities that are out there. And that's what School Beyond Limitations basically wants to spread towards in their setting, right? That students see that there are more possibilities as we think, but that we need to be ready, open to see them. We need to allow ourselves to step away from being afraid about something. There is no such thing of being afraid. And we show our students also techniques of getting away from fear, by showing them that everything can be achieved if they really want to go in that direction. So that's how we are doing this. We take the student by the hands during our online learning in the morning. So we have 3 hours of online learning in the morning, and you may now say it's just 3 hours. Yes, it's just 3 hours, but if those 3 hours are really meaningful 3 hours, then these 3 hours will then go beyond these 3 hours, because our students are also invited to see that school is not a separate construct from the rest of life, but school is embedded in life. That's why at School Beyond Limitations and being online, students can travel while they are at School Beyond Limitations. They can connect from wherever they are. They realize by traveling, for instance, that they can bring new experiences into the setting, share it with others, and so to speak, broaden their insights, their knowledge, not only with others, but also with themselves. Furthermore, to the lessons in the morning, we mentor our students. So our students basically have a personal mentor whom they meet at least once per week. So the one per week meeting is scheduled every week. And this personalized mentoring session is basically there to guide the student in all areas of their lives again. So it's very holistic again. So it's not only defining their goals with regards to their academics and checking on their academics and lecturing them maybe with regards to content. No, it's not just that. It's actually looking into all the different fields of what a human being is all about. So are you meeting with friends outside of school? Are you physically meeting with friends? Are you doing something else beyond the 3 hours? Are you, for instance, going to take part in a dancing lesson or in arts and crafts workshops, or I don't know, playing football? So there's a big emphasis on that. Then we invite them constantly to reflect. So we journal with them together. And the journaling that we do also during the mentoring as well helps them reflect on their, milestones that they have set up, or as we call them, action steps, with regards to all the different aspects in their lives. So it's social and emotional. It's also the habits that we invite our students to do every day. And the 3 habits that we really bring into place, because we believe if each student does that on a daily basis, then their growth is just guaranteed. And those 3 habits are basically really writing on the basis of journaling. So I reflect, and it's journaling questions that go deep, such as, what do you think about life in general? It depends, of course, on the age of the student, but we really create journaling questions also together with the students, in order for them to reflect what they are here for. So always geared towards, what is the why? What is their why? What do they want to achieve? And why do they want to achieve this? So, as I said, 1, journaling, yes, writing. So they are really invited to have their journal and to handwrite. Some may not like handwriting, and we do appreciate that as well, because there are different personalities and we don't want to limit a student because they are different, right? But we certainly invite them to go into depth and to put it down with their own, handwriting, because that connects them again with themselves. So secondly, we say a daily habit is reading. So imagine that your child, your son, your daughter were to read every day something new for 10-15 minutes, something that they really enjoy to read. So it depends, of course, of what they are reading, right? I mean, if I tell them as an adult, you have to read this because I want you to read that, then sometimes there's resistance. But if a child can read and further develop, and further explore a topic of their interest, such as, I don't know, it can be astrophysics as much as it can be fashion, and they read something with regards to those topics, or history, or they just like reading fiction books, then we invite them to do that, and they share then their reading books with the others. But we always look with them every single week. How much have you read? What have you found out about your reading? And what would you like to share? That's the second thing. Then the third thing, of course, is problem solving. And problem solving is such a vast topic, because it is related, of course, to mathematics, mathematical thinking, but it's not just, doing specific tasks or assignments. It can be assignments, don't get me wrong, it can be, but it can be also finding solutions to everyday's life issues, problems. So we invite students to see mathematical thinking anywhere so that they understand mathematics is related to their lives. Mathematics is not something what many oftentimes students say also in the admission process. They say, I'm not good at mathematics. And I always say, you may believe this now, but you will find out that this is just a belief in your own reality in this specific moment of time. So that's what we then invite our students to do. See mathematics like everything all over, in their lives. And then they start opening up and they see that solution-orientated thinking and acting makes the big difference. Is that something that happens from today to tomorrow and one moment to the next? No, it doesn't happen immediately. It may take some time, but this is also very special about School Beyond Limitations. We are patient. We take our students by their hands. We collaborate, of course, then also with their parents and themselves, and we try to gently but boldly sometimes push them, sometimes inspire them, to go the extra mile. And how do we do this? Well, we do this by focusing on small classes. So you can imagine if you have a class of only 8 students, so all of our classes are not bigger than 8 students in one class, then you can imagine that we have time for these students. And on top of that, as I just mentioned before, each student gets this special personalized moment in the afternoon with their facilitator, 1 hour per week. But I don't want to stop here, because if a student needs more attention or wants to get in touch with their facilitator, the facilitator always takes time for them. So it goes sometimes beyond. Sometimes when students get ready for potentially examinations, what we also help them to get ready for, IGCSEs and A-levels, for instance, sometimes they need more help, more dedication, more time. And then it can well be that instead of just meeting with them once per week, we may meet with them 2 or 3 times or even 4 times per week. Or we are in constant contact with them individually. So by WhatsApp or by Google Chat or whatsoever. So as you see, personalization is in the forefront of our approach. It's really the student is in the center of our attention all the time. And we do go the extra mile at any time for that. Then it's really based on collaboration. So the student doesn't see him or herself as, somebody who is below the facilitator. It's a construct where each and everyone collaborates in order to grow in all areas and also academically, of course. And that is an approach to learning that's based on constructivism. And I will talk more about constructivism in another podcast, but just very quickly to give you an idea, we construct organically knowledge together. So it's not just I need to learn by heart. I actually read, collect, bring in, have my own questions about it, find out the answers for my own questions, and construct new knowledge out of what I've collated. Yeah, so that's basically it. And what does that? What is the benefit of it? Or one of the benefits of this is certainly that this empowers students. They see that they can grow, and they can grow their mindset, but also their knowledge, and this empowers them, and that allows them to basically see all the possibilities that there are in their reality. And I think that's one of the key aspects of what we try to do at School Beyond Limitations. And now, maybe you may say, well, that sounds interesting, but how can you do that online? And we have such questions all the time. Yeah, how can you do that online? I will go into more detail soon in another podcast, but we can do that online, and you may have heard, and it transpired by what I just said to you. It comes certainly through the strength, the power of our very, 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 strong relationships that we have with our students. That's just one. So if you would like to, apply now to School Beyond Limitations because you think that this is the right place for your daughter, for your son, then please just apply through the link that you will see and find in the description. See you soon. At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can, indeed, bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And, as you know, sharing is caring.